Well, a very good evening to you and welcome to Midland Circuit Lelystad for the biggest night of the year for the Classic Hot Rods, which is their World Championship, and this is the third running of this event. We've got a grand total of 15 classics with us tonight, 14 of which will take part in the big race itself, with an additional one joining for the support races later on. We've got 5 races tonight for the classics. We've got the World Championship first up, and then we've got 3 heats and a final all in format for the Classic Hot Rods this evening, and they will certainly be here and providing some excellent entertainment over the course of the next hour or so. But the World Championship, you can see, getting ready to go. We've got the cars all up on turns 1 and 2 for a quick photo call ahead of them being taken round to the grid, where they will then have one singular rolling lap into a 30-lap race to decide who will wear the gold roof for the next 12 months or so. We've got, as I say, 14 cars out there to do battle. The defending champion is H293 Ken van der Bosch, who won the title last October at Hensford. So he defends the title this year. We've also got the former champion as well, Scott Kinton 145 out there, who won the title in the first season at Wimbledon. Anyway, the cars now making their way round to join us on the grid, and it's set to be a very lively affair, I can tell you that, with 53 Nigel Foster on pole position in his Mini, alongside 447 Adam Turner debuting a new car tonight in the shape of the Toyota Starlet. Inside row 2, the H293 Ken van der Bosch, the defending world champion. Many of the titles along with that, as well as you can see, the Irish and Scottish championships, for example, two of them. 145 Scott Kinton outside row 2. Row 3, number 11 is Sean Jacklin in his X-Pac Escort, alongside him 83 of Ben Singleton. Row 4, on the outside will be 36 Roy Anderson, just waiting for the car on the inside to join us, and that will be 619 of John Smith, the man from Calden Den in Fife. Then row number 5, so positions 9 and 10 on the grid, will be an all front-wheel drive affair with 230 Challenger in the Metro and 782 Thomas Clayton in a brand new Mini tonight. Row 6, 62 Kian Twig and number 15 of Graham Willis. They round out the qualifiers that have scored points in the World qualifying sheets. And they've got 2 cars at the back that have completed national points meetings, not World qualifiers this year. And they are 175 Stevens and the H524 car of Yella Winkle. So we're now just about ready to go then with the Classic Hot Rod Championship of It's over to you when you're ready, Mr. Starter. Right, the yellow flag goes up then, away we go on the rolling start. Who is it going to be? We will find out in 30 laps time. One of the fastest tracks the Classic Hot Rods have ever visited. This is their first ever visit to Lelystad, and they're making it in a very big way indeed. This is the biggest race of the season. OGRL represents the 2022 Classic Hot Rod Championship of the World. Here we come to the green flag. The rest will begin to rise around turns 3 and 4. They're rising. Okay, green flag goes down. Let's do the time warp with the Classic Hot Rods 3 wide already for the lead. And Turner's got round the outside and takes the lead in the very early stages. Van der Bosch has slotted through for second place on the inside of the Mini that got swamped off the start, as we all predicted, with that car having so little power against the rear-wheel drive saloons. But they're through to complete lap 1, and Kinton's up to third place already. So we've got the 2 former world champions, well, one of them the reigning world champion anyway, in second and third places. As down the back straight, we've got Smith looking around the outside of Singleton there. So the little Mini trying its hardest on the outside line as Anderson goes around the outside of the back, slowly further back in the pack in the 36 car. Kian Twig in that little battle as well in 62, gets a bit of a nudge there from Kalita, who goes sideways and gets bundled wide by the on-rushing pack. So 447, 293, 145 the top 3. Then 11 is next in 4th, and 53 rounds of the top 5 in the little blue and yellow Mini as Kian Twig gets put a bit wide at turn 1 in the yellow and black Mini. So turn around, the reigning English and Scottish champion in the class. Goes up and over on the back, a rollover already. 782 Kalita goes flying off the track into the hedge over there on turn 3. Just clipped the rumble strips on the outside and that launched the Mini skywards. But Turner still leads in the Starlet, but Van der Bosch is glued to his rear bumper as they make their way onto the far side. 53 Foster seeing extension from 83 Singleton in his Ford Anglia, the one of only 2 Ford Anglias here this evening, as Kalita's managed to find his way into the apron once again over on turn 3, but it's still the top 2 winning Linus Stern. Jacqueline is trying to make ground up as well. Great scrap now going on in the 6th position with 3 cars together now, fighting for the last of the top 6 places. As Van der Bosch runs wide the wrong side of the curb here on the home straight, loses ground to Turner in 4.47, but has immediately regained it and has lost it again on the corner exit. So it seems that Van der Bosch is quicker in the corners, but the Starlet's got the legs on the straights. Kinton still running third, just looking at the 2 in front, waiting for them to slip up, I think, as Foster still running admirably in 5th place in the Mini, a car that we didn't really think was going to do a huge amount of good here at Lelystad. Is off into the infield, very nearly goes Graham Willis, who had a massive tank slapper in front of us, just get them in a straight line as Kalita's doing some lawn mowing on turn 4. As 36 of Anderson trying around the outside of 230 Accioloni at turn 1. They've got 619 John Smith ahead of them, who seems to be backing them up a little bit in the all-black Mini, with the Polysport sponsorship on the side, as Anderson gets the inside line on the home straight, takes Accioloni on the inside, so he will go through and graduate himself up into around 7th or 8th place. 4.47 Turner's got Van der Bosch hovering in his blind spot as they get on the back straight, and Van der Bosch will try the high line, which is viable here at Lelystad given the banking of the circuit. He's got alongside, but not quite enough to make the move stick, and the transponder still has 4.47 as the leader. But Kinton has now caught these 2 as they've been battling a little bit too hard for their own good, I'm afraid to say, as Kalita, Willis and Winkle have decided they're going to have a little scrap at the back of the grid, just fighting for the lower placings. But I think Kalita is a lap behind those 2, so he's a little bit irrelevant in that battle, I'm afraid. But 83 and 53 still squabbling over 5th place, as we've got a whole heap of cars on the home straight all fighting for various positions. But they've now got the leaders to worry about catching them, and the leaders have got to worry about them on the vice versa side. But down the back straight go the leaders, so 53 gets 83 looking around the outside once again. Those 2 have been scrapping since the very early stages. Around lap 2 or 3 they started scrapping, but 53 lost ground on the opening lap. It looks like John Smith has broken free of the battle behind as 524 Winkle's recovering from a spin at turn 1, so the escort has gone around at one point or another out of my sight, as 4.47 Turner is still trying to bridge the gap to Van der Bosch, and he seems to have managed to get it to at least 1 car length, which is better than it was 2 or 3 laps ago. As Cian Twigg attempts to chase down Roy Anderson in 36, the man from Elgin in Scotland is Roy. A long way north if Scotland is Roy, it has to be said, as it looks like Turner's lead has really extended now. Van der Bosch is possibly about 4-5 car lengths behind now, maybe more than that now. He's run wide, and Kinton is catching Van der Bosch, who could have a bit of a battle develop for the 2nd position in the very near future. 53 Foster still can't shake the Anglia of Ben Simpson. In fact, he might do in a minute here as the Anglia's gone off to the centre green. He's hit the car track and up and over it goes. Got another rollover on the far side as the 83 car clips the go-kart track and goes tumbling onto its roof. That all started with the 53 car getting onto 2 wheels and slowing up the Anglia, and the Anglia had to slam the anchor on in avoidance. The 62's got 175 and 230 for company on the far side, so a bit of a scrap there between England, Scotland and Wales all in one. As Anderson runs wide on turn 4, the leader is now lap 230 in 175's battle. But Turner's got a massive lead, about quarter of a lap clear. As Evans goes around, it gets collected by Van der Bosch. That's broken the 2nd place battle apart. That's delayed both Van der Bosch and Kinton. That could possibly bring Jacqueline into the fight if those 2 have got damage. But still Turner leads. The laps are rapidly ticking by, as you can clearly see that the laps are going round very quickly here at Lelystad tonight for these classic hot rods. Like I say, a brand new venue to these drivers. None of the drivers who have raced these cars here before. The first time we've tried the classic hot rods round here, it's a track that certainly has proven to be very, very lively for them so far. There's Kinton and Van der Bosch still having their little scrap for 2nd, which could liven up in the closing laps. Cian Twigg gets into the door of Roy Anderson at turn 1, and Accioloni will try and capitalise on that little bit of rubbing his racing at turn 1. Turner laps John Smith on the home straight. Starlet largely in charge, side by side further back as Accioloni gets down the inside of Anderson on turn 1. He will now proceed to chase after Kieran Twig in car 62. Kinton's got through for second place in the meantime as well. He's taken Van der Bosch somewhere along the line. And we'll know that Roy Anderson on the home straight in car 36. Jacqueline is still there or thereabouts in the 11 car. The leader is about half a lap clear now. The laps are still ticking by as we go through onto lap number 28. So it'll be 2 next time as John Smith goes firing off into the runoff area turn for clipping one of the curbs on the home straight. That bounced the rear end of the Mini up into the air and he just went straight on as he had no rear brakes. But Adam Turner is looking like he is pretty secure at the front in this one. Not very much anyone can do about him at the moment as Jacqueline is now closing in still on our top 2 as the lap board goes out, and he's shown to Turner in 447 who takes the final lap board. Winkle and Willis nearly come together on the home straight in front of us as Jacqueline has now caught Van der Bosch for 3rd place as they make their way down the back straight. Jacqueline's on the inside, but in the meantime Sherry Flagery in 447 now Turner takes the black and white and takes the World Championship and becomes our 3rd winner in 3 seasons. Kinton 2nd place, Jacqueline just holds off Van der Bosch for 3rd. Van der Bosch subsequently gets 4th, and then 5th place for Nigel Foster a long way back in his Mini. Kalita rejoins. Oh, rollover on the very last bend and we'll go red straight away, Mr. Please, we'll go reds. Thank you.